Thanks for joining us again on Inside Casting. I'm Kim Swanson, casting director here with Tracy Winters.
When an actor's in the room, and we've all had this happen, and it just doesn't go well, it doesn't feel right, and maybe you even get a second try.
Right.
You know, the casting director can see it, works with you a little bit, and you
Right.
walk away and you just have that feeling of like, it just didn't go the way I wanted it to. People can get pretty crazy about the different ways that they handle that. What do you think is the best way for the actor to handle that?
Do you know, I think the best way to do, there's two things you can do. Number one, realize that you're human.
Right.
And you all have bad days, just as we have bad days. And we usually recognize that.
Okay.
And the last thing you want to do is apologize,
Right.
because it just, it's like putting a spotlight on your mistakes. So that's not a good thing to do. But I think it's the thing to do is to keep in mind that every audition is a learning experience.
Yeah.
And every audition is a chance to say, okay, I screwed that up. Why did that go wrong, and where did that go wrong, and how can I keep it from happening again, and take that gift with you.
Right.
The other simple thing you can do is simply, and I just think it's such a simple little thing, and maybe not all casting directors do appreciate it, but a lot of them do, sit down and write a simple little thank you note. Thank you for the opportunity to audition. Even if I wasn't right for this, I certainly hope you'll consider bringing in for future roles. I really enjoyed the process with you. I would hope to see you again in the near future, respectfully,
Right.
and then your name. Just simple, to the point. And I laugh because people forget about those simple little things like a thank you note. And again, your name is out there one more time now.
Right.
One more out of
Right.
those 7, check.
Right.
But have you ever gotten a thank you note and you thought, boy, that was really stupid. I wish
No,
I had
I never
something.
have, no.
Right. I don't know anyone who thinks that
Good
thank you
point.
notes are really stupid. Now, they may not hang on to them. They may not.
That's
Don't
fine.
expect them to be framed
No,
or
that's
anything. But it is really a lovely thing to have happen. And casting directors work very hard. And if you feel a
Yes.
casting director especially has worked hard to get a good read out of you because they believed in you, having you acknowledge that to them reminds us you're human.
Right. Right. Exactly. So we keep that
Right. That
circle
dialogue.
going. That's perfect. What do you wish every actor knew about the casting process?
I wish that every actor knew in the casting process that you have about 50% of control over whether you get the job or not.
Wow.
That 50% is your skill, and did you look like your headshot? You know, all of those things. Did you give a good read? You know, did you, were you personable when you walked through the door? I laughed. There's one agent, I chatted with her about how she used to be an actress, and of course my background's actress. We chatted, we both got booked a lot because it didn't matter if our cat died, our flat tire on the way to the audition,
Right.
our dry cleaners ruined our favorite, good luck blouse or whatever. When we walked into her and said, someone asked us, how are you today? Fantastic.
Right.
Best day ever. You're an actor. Fake it.
Right.
If you're having the worst day ever,
Right.
act like you're having a good day.
Right.
It's that positive energy. And I think people forget about
Yeah.
auditions. And that's like, no, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't
Right.
start that negative path because you're going to have a
Right.
bad read from that. Even more than my negative feeling about you is you're going to have a negative feeling now when you start reading.
Right.
So, you want to stay positive. So that's important. But the other 50% of the time, the other 50% decision factor, I guess I should say, is a lot of times it's the silliest thing that a director or producer has in their mind.
Okay.
And it's not because they don't like you, but oftentimes it's just something else that's happened in their life.
Right.
And I remember there was one casting we did, and they needed a Caucasian female, 60 to 70, gray hair, grandmother type. I don't know how many I traipsed through the doors. And there
Right.
were so many who were so awesome. And the director's like, I'm just not finding what I want. I said, well, what are you wanting? He says, well, I wish I could show you the lady who lives next door to me. She's just perfect. She just has that feeling. I said, what's her name and phone number? And I said, well, here's her name, and I don't know her phone number off the top of my head. I looked her up in the phone book, and I called her. I said, okay, you live next door to this director, so-and-so. She said, yeah. I said, can you come in and read for me? And she said, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, just come in and read. And it was a non-union project, and I said, she came in. She was terrible. She was just awful. And the director saw the tape. He goes, oh, my gosh, she's perfect. And I'm thinking, why didn't you just tell me, hire the neighbor?
I could call her, yeah.
I could
right
have called
away.
her. I could have saved us both a lot of headaches. So, but he just had her look and her demeanor in his brain, and no one was going to capture
Sure,
that.
except her.
Right.
Right.
And so sometimes there are just little weird things like that you have absolutely no control over whatsoever. But in that particular instance, though, there were a couple ladies who came in and read for him that he didn't like for that particular role. But 2 or 3 jobs later, he hired them for something
Wow.
else. So don't think of your audition process as being necessarily for one job.
Right.
It's for many future jobs. You're really opening up doors with every audition. You may not get this job, but casting directors, one of the things we love to do is when you come in and we like you a lot, and if the director isn't crazy about you for whatever reason, you didn't look like the neighbor, for example, we will fight for you and we'll hang on to your headshot resume for a long time. And then when the role comes right for you, we go, yes, I have the right person, and I've got a role, and you're
So
going to
good
get
to
it.
know.
You know,
That's so good to
we
know.
really do that. It really does happen. When we find someone we like, there's a real sense of accomplishment in finding the right role for you.
That's terrific to know. Because I think actors forget that. Again, I think there's this strange adversarial thing that happens
Right, and
because we
it's-
don't feel like we have a lot of control.
Right, and it's so not true, and I can totally relate because that's how I thought too.
Right.
I almost felt like, okay, they're the enemy I have to knock down and bull over to get to the next level,
Right.
and that's not it.
It's not useful either.
No, it's
to
not
the creative
helpful.
process at all.
No, it's not. Thanks again for joining us on Inside Casting. I hope you got a lot of good answers to a lot of terrific questions from Tracy, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.